New York City, the city that never sleeps, and apparently, the city where your wallet doesn't either. Living here is a dream for many, but let's be real. It comes with a hefty price tag. From rent to groceries to simply existing, everything seems designed to drain your bank account. If you've ever wondered just how expensive it is to live in the Big Apple, stick around. Let's get into it.
Stranger.
Still don't know my name.
Excuse me, where are you headed today?
I'm going home.
Where's home?
Upper East Side.
Why'd you choose to live there?
I just moved into my buddy's place.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
How much
really.
is rent?
It's like $2,000.
What? Okay, and $2,000 for both of you together, or
No, for my room.
$4,000 all together?
Yeah, but it's a big room though.
Hold up, wait. What's your favorite thing to do in New York?
Ride the trains.
Let me give you a context of how expensive it is to live in New York. Our current electric bill for this month is $983.
From New York?
I'm not from New York.
But you're living here right now?
Yeah.
Okay, where are you living?
I live in Midtown.
How much is your rent in Midtown?
3,100
For a one bedroom?
for a studio.
What? Do you get a nice washer and dryer at least?
In-unit washer dryer.
Let's talk money. New York is the most expensive place I've ever been. Think London, but triple it. Because it's an internship and not an actual job, you only get paid about 1.2 a month. It hurts. And yeah, you're getting shafted. People have said they haven't increased it for like 10 years. I guess we don't have to pay rent or bills or health insurance, but you do have to pay tax. So at the end of the day, you're kind of left with just over $1,000. So I definitely recommend bringing a few grand's worth of savings. There are some people that seem to get by just living off the stipend, but if you want to do trips out of state and do whatever you fancy, then definitely bring some savings. You also only get paid after the first month, so you 100% need some savings for a month. But at least you're in New York.
It costs you to live here.
$50,000 a month. I mean, not a month, sorry, a year.
I was like, well, I want to hang out with you.
I don't go out to eat, except for we did today. I save my money for when I go to see a show, but I cook 3 meals a day, and that's part of my fiscally responsible Canadian.
Recently financially independent and I live in New York City, so I'm going to answer this to the best of my ability. So I've realized in my adult life that everybody in New York City grinds harder than literally any other city on the week because it's so expensive to live here. It's very much so like a work hard, play hard kind of attitude, meaning like work hard on the weeks and then play hard on the weekends rather. But just full transparency, I live in an apartment with 2 girls. I pay $1,600 a month, which was like the max budget. I'd recommend using apartments.com. It's a good way to find inexpensive or like not as expensive apartments because I really don't think any of them are inexpensive. But I also think a lot of people have a side hustle. So I tutor and I do social media in addition to my like 9 to 6 Monday through Friday because it really helps me to be able to live here. I think I would be able to live here and budget with just my full-time job, but I don't think I would have money for like leisure activities, and I really like leisure activities, so I do work like 3 little gigs. But ask me any questions. I'm very transparent about my finances.
If you want to spend less than $2,000 a month in rent, these are the 10 New York City neighborhoods that you should consider. Coming in at number 10, and this is the only Manhattan neighborhood on the list, is Inwood at $2,000 per month. Number 9, Bay Ridge, $1,975 per month. And I should note that these are median prices from December 2023 for 1-bedroom apartments. So if you're looking for more bedrooms, the price will be higher. Number 8 is Gravesend at $1,925. Number 7 is the beautiful Sunset Park, if I do say so myself, at $1,900 per month. Number 6, we have Briarwood in Queens, also at $1,900 per month. Number 5, we have Fordham in the Bronx, $1,850 per month. Number 4, we have Concourse, also $1,850 per month. Number 3 is East New York at $1,800 per month. Number 2 is Bensonhurst at $1,799. And coming in at number 1, the neighborhood with the lowest median rent for a 1-bedroom across New York City is Brownsville, $1,788. So my main takeaway from this list is that you increase your chances of finding a more affordable apartment if you leave Manhattan. If you're apartment hunting this year, be sure to check out openigloo.com for affordable and rent-stabilized listings.
Where do you think all the service workers live?
It's fascinating to me how many people don't know how much New Yorkers actually live on. I made a video where I'm in Mexico City and I said the prices in Mexico City are about half of New York City. And all the comments are like, oh my God, you're dumb. You're only eating at inflated tourist price places. You can easily get a meal between $1 and $6 in Mexico City. And I'm like, yeah, in New York too. Do you think I was eating at the Ritz every night? I was making $600 a week when I lived in New York. The first year, I ate only $1 pizza slices the whole year. A nice night out was Joe's Pizza, the $3 slice. Halal or falafel for $5. It's normal for most New Yorkers to go to 3 different grocery stores to get groceries at an affordable price. You have your fruit guy, you have the Trader Joe's for the packaged stuff, Chinatown for the niche stuff. I need to understand how many New Yorkers are not rich.
Okay, I'm documenting the fact that I am here buying chicken. It is $10 for this at Market Basket. The one time a month I buy meat because I literally can't afford to buy meat. Every single package here is over $10 unless you get a tiny little package for $5. For 4 chicken breasts, $10 to $11. I don't even want to know. I'm not even halfway done. This is scary.
I took a job in New York City that was paying me $36,000 a year, and I'm pretty open about that, and that is virtually impossible to live off of, so this is how I made it work for the past year and a half. Side note, I would not recommend taking a job that pays you $36,000 a year. But I was naive and I was young and I wanted to move to New York City bad enough, so the first job opportunity I got, I took it. Group fitness in New York City is a hidden jackpot. Now, I actually was a group fitness instructor prior to moving to New York City, so I always have loved fitness and I wanted to teach there, whether it's for the money or not. But the money in New York is triple the amount of money that I was making in other places. So I was working my 9 to 5 and I would teach the 6 and 7 a.m. classes. And then I also would teach the 6, 7, and 8 p.m. night classes. So I would go in the morning, then I would go to my 9 to 5, and then I would go back to teach at night sometimes. The max I ever taught in 1 week was 12 classes, but on average I was teaching 7 to 10. This is not sustainable for everybody, and honestly it wasn't even sustainable for me, but it's how I was financially able to afford my apartment and everything else. In these fitness classes, depending on where you work, because it's going to totally depend on the company, you can make anywhere from $80 to $300 a class, to be honest. Even more if you are advanced, but if you're starting off, chances are you're not going to make that. And on top of that, it's very rare to teach single classes, so I would teach doubles or triples, and then I would walk out with, that couple $100, and that would set me up. If you're thinking group fitness, no chance you're interested in that, there's also front desk. This is another incredible side hustle that you can do, especially if you're younger or you have that super odd times. Example, before work, before school, after work, after school. Typically, anytime there's a group fitness class, they're going to need front desk. And I know the front desk at where I worked, they were paying anywhere from $15 to $20 an hour. So you sit there for a couple hours, you do homework or you do other schoolwork or whatever. If you have a job and you need to work on a project, you typically can do that if you're not checking people into class. So I've talked about how group fitness before was the best side hustle and then also the best community. I loved my job so much. I was so sad to leave it. I'm still hoping to teach group fitness now that I've moved. But if you are moving to New York and you need a little bit of extra cash, or even if you just need to make friends or need something, the group fitness industry specifically in New York is phenomenal. I did quit my job after 6 months, the $36,000 a year, but I kept up with the group fitness because it's something that I genuinely loved, and then extra money in New York City never hurts anybody. The only thing to really note if you are going to take on a group fitness role is that you are required to work typically weekends and then also holidays, which does suck sometimes. So you either have to work Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and then summer holidays, 4th of July, Memorial Day, all those different things. But it's a small price to pay if you're able to live in New York City.
Guys, please tell me, is everything super expensive in America? An American friend told me his utilities cost him $400 a month. I was like, no way, you gotta be kidding. That's the price of my rent in Shenzhen. Whatever. Well, I'll show you my utility bills in China for a single household. Hold on, guys. My monthly water bill is 38.95 RMB, which is around $550. This covers everything: showers, cooking, laundry, Would you find this reasonable? And there's the gas bill, 69 yuan, about $4. As for electricity, it's 42 RMB per month, about $6. How much does electricity cost in your area? Please comment and let me know. Altogether, the total is less than $20. To make things more relatable, there's a chart that converts these costs into the units that you are familiar with. If you are really curious about where I live, please check my previous videos on apartment tour and neighborhood tour. Follow Jimmy for more real life in China.
So I'll preface by saying that I'm not American, I'm Canadian, but I live in America, I own property in America, and I pay American taxes. And I read the new administration's new tax plan, and it looks like I get a tax cut. And I guess I just wanted to say that I don't need a tax cut. I'm happy to pay taxes. I believe I should pay taxes, and I actually believe that people like me should probably pay more tax. I've been very fortunate and am very privileged, and I'm happy to pay my fair share. And I guess it's just a little confusing to me because in this tax plan, 95% of Americans, basically Americans that make less than $360,000 a year, will not get tax cuts. They will have their taxes go up, which means their cost of living will go up and their income will go down. And that's really shitty. And I'm just so confused because you have so much of the American population who voted for a president that so clearly does not act in their best interest. And, instead of attacking the root causes of whatever is contributing to this massive wealth disparity, is instead, distracting the public with issues and really throwing, scapegoating women, people of color, and queer people and trans people. And I think it's clear to me what's really happening, which is that capitalism is running rampant, and there's massive deregulation that's really allowing for the creation of these multi-billionaires who have at this point amassed so much wealth that they can buy media companies and very easily influence, politics and policy and, change the course of elections. And I guess it's all just a little bit scary to me in a very roundabout way of saying that I don't need tax cuts and I guess just making a verbal promise to myself that any money that I save from these tax cuts in this administration, I will be donating instead. But yeah, hope everyone's doing okay. That's it.
Doing the math, and my boyfriend and I spend $4,000 a month on rent, right? We are dual income. So let's say we each fork out $2,000 a month for our rent. We have no car payments. We have no car insurance. We don't have to pay for gas. We don't have to pay for anything. I looked at my Pennsylvania suburb that I hypothetically would have rented out if I didn't move to New York City, and it'd be $2,000 a month roughly. Okay, $2,000 a month for both of us, and that $1,000 a piece, let's just say. But then we each have car payments, car insurance on top of it. It'd probably be $1,500 to $2,000 alone. So yes, I feel like New York rent might be more expensive and groceries might be more expensive, but it's really only an extra $500 a month to live the life we're living in New York. Plus, it's my boyfriend gets paid more because you get the New York pay. Me, I can work anywhere. So I was like, okay, when I do that math, it doesn't seem as painful because yes, a $4,000 rent for a one bedroom hurts. But if you're one person, I think it really does make a difference when it's two people. And yes, our rent would be half the price in a suburb, but you're not getting the city pay and you'll have car payments.
So what do you think? Is New York City worth the cost, or would you rather admire it from afar? Let me know your thoughts, and don't forget to share, and subscribe for more. Until next time, stay smart, stay savvy, and maybe stay out of NYC.